Dang it, I got the thing still on here from the tripod. Always feels weird when I rest the camera in my hand and I've got like this. Get out of there. Come on. This thing. Whatever. Morning. Freshened up for my day. Yesterday's gloves review right there. I get you. You don't like UA gloves. Would be nice if you said why. I mean, there's a lot of people. I mean, it's just an internet thing. Hey, look, this is something. Someone else just comes in. I don't like it. Fair enough. It's a nasty habit I have that I explain why I have an opinion to someone, and when they're like, but I don't care. You have a differing opinion. I don't care why you have a differing opinion. They don't want to get to know why someone would have a differing opinion. Just, oh, you have one, bye.
Partner, richtig, lesen. Gut.
Sie hat es sehr gut gemacht. Yep.
Großvater ist nicht mein Vater.
But anyways, I'll finish that here in a second. Aaron is still sleeping, and he is wonderfully snoring in there. I had to get him over onto his side last night because he was snoring right in my face because he kind of passed out while we were watching YouTube videos. So what did we do last night? Well, he had his D&D thing, and that went until like 8, and then he got home just at like 9 o'clock, so I didn't want to... And then we had to like talk because I didn't want to have it on for when he got home because Google was being really laggy with when he was going to get home, so I didn't want to have it on and then have him get home at like 9:10 or 9:15. So yeah, I just sort of kept it, and then it was like 9:05 when he got home, so we just went to Bannings. We will probably watch those later tonight on demand. On demand. What is the sentence form for that? Wow, that is... Usually I have a little bit of cold coffee left there in the morning, and it kind of cools down the coffee right away. That was very hot. So yeah, I've got practice. Nobody said anything in the chat. I'm just going to assume that it's 12:30 to 3:30 or earlier. And yeah, I will chat with you guys here later. I just need to get my morning going. I've already had pills. There's coffee. Not my first cup. It's not my first bit of the day. I woke up with mouth, so I had to take some chugs of coffee before I went in the shower this morning. Waffles. I'm here getting gas. Big giant truck in the front. Giant cab. And a Sonata in front of me filling up. Here's the thing. I'm at 1/8 of a tank and whatnot. It's just, yeah, I'm just not going to be able to make it there. I have 58 miles left on this tank. So, I've been averaging pretty good. But yeah, I wish I could have gone to the other side, but my car is too smart for gas pumpers or whatever. Oh. Yeah, alright, it's colorful graffiti. We are on the freeway. We have, the cruise control is set to 75, but the radar's not putting me that high. Benefit is the gas mileage, the average miles per gallon is slowly rising from, it was at 44, but now it's at like 50.3. Oh, now it's back down, because I've been going up a hill. Anyways, just listening to music, trying to charge the phone. Probably should have put it on like airplane mode, but whatever. That would be the exit I get off to go back to like Kingsway or Luke Jensen, but I gotta go to not Wilsonville. Wilsonville's back the other direction. I gotta go to Woodland. Car, you're slowing down. What's going on here? Look at Mount St. Helens. For those of you that are new to the vlogs, yes, I do live near that volcano that blew back in 1980, the year before I was born. All right, it is 3:01. I'm just now on the freeway. I'm just barely leaving Woodland. And, Willie sent me a message on Snapchat. What was the score? I'm like, I'm sorry, did I miss something? I wasn't watching the Mafia game or the Sentinels game. I have a lot of other notifications, but I swung by and got gas. Did not swing in the store and pick up any coconut water, so I'm trying to race home. Things are going pretty good. The Advil helped. I was active all practice. They had me at corner because we had barely anybody show up, but apparently other teams are in worse condition. It's just... So apparently the Sentinels didn't show up. I mean, you basically forfeit a game. And it's stupid to do that. Oh, we're already in the playoffs. Let's not take it, let's just take the loss and not get injuries. I understand that from a pen and paper point of view. Obviously, if you don't want to... But it's still, to me, it's cowardly. If you're not in, if you can't... Comment below, do you understand this feeling that I'm having right now? Like, they weren't going to be able to affect their contention within the playoffs, where they were going to sit within the playoffs, whether they lost or won. So they basically didn't go to the game. And I don't like that. So, obviously, Willie was asking me, and he may have mistyped, may have sent that to someone else. But yeah, we had like 2 Cavs players show up to our practice. Good guys. I like them. But that was the thing, is like they have to buy all new uniforms because they can't use their old ones because they have to stick with the old thing because they were in the WWFA before, so they still exist within the registry somewhere as having these colors. So they have to get all new uniforms on top of these like weird ones that they've got. Cool, I guess. And it's like $300 on top of that. So not only are they have to do, the PNFL fee, these guys are also having to pay the WWFA fee. And they're like, it's $300 and we have to get all new uniforms, but we get to keep them. I'm like, bro, it's $200 for us. And you keep your uniform. Well, we get 2 sets. We get 2 sets too. They're in the car here. I mean, I should have brought it out and showed it to them. I'll friend both of them. Not right now, I'm driving. I'm energized. I'm gonna crash later because they put me a corner, but we didn't have anything. I'm not liking the numbers we have, but we'll deal with it. We've got enough guys to cover one side of the ball. That's all you need because you can't have offense and defense on the field at the same time. This isn't an intra-team scrimmage. Certainly makes our. So apparently we just got a message. All defense players show up next practice. Okay, I'll show up to every practice. Whatever. I am salty. Not like meat salty, but like I have that grime on me. I'm sweating. That then like the sun dries it, so it leaves that salty taste on your skin. Motorcycle. Anyways, 69 miles an hour. We're set at 75. Okay. Oh, I should boom that up a little closer. I don't need to be like a freaking post route away from the car. See what I mean? The car, like, I'm now slightly accelerating so the car gets me closer, but I was like way off. Aaron and I'll probably get food. And then we'll watch our shows from last night. And then we're going to watch Jessica Jones. So we needed just a rest day. I mean, technically I've had a rest day. Probably... Have I brought that up on the vlogs? ask Aaron about that one. My Snapchat said, maybe, you guys better follow my Snapchat. Things get interesting on there. I should have done, I meant to do something on Instagram this morning. But we didn't put on pads, so I was fine. And the Advil was staving off a little bit of, Josh showed up, that was cool. I miss him. Last time I saw him was the middle school practice. Or was it the middle school? Way up north. Mount Solo. Yeah, middle school. But yeah. Got good, making good time here. I have a sunburn on my ear. Feels like I might. Do I have a sunburn on my face? Maybe. Well, it's good. This is like the first time this calendar year I've gotten a sunburn. It was in March. But we're going to have a nice weekend. I think Aaron and I, tomorrow, after we get back from stuff, we'll go walk the nature park. That sounds nice. Willie and I are probably... If I didn't have a productive practice, I was going to go with Willie to the gym. We kind of missed yesterday because he had issues with the family and he had to move stuff out of the garage because they needed to fix their furnace. I know you guys miss him. And I can't necessarily promise right now that he's going to show up this weekend, but if you guys comment, like, what do you guys want to see? Do you just want to hear him talk? Also, I know a lot of football videos aren't necessarily, a lot of the football players don't watch these videos. So I have the speed-ish, just general advice on speed. Willie's fast. But I was like, maybe Willie and I should kind of go over our thoughts on the draft. I mean, right now they got the combine going on. And I've seen some amazing players from there, but I just wonder how the draft's going to go. Right now all the teams are switching their players or whatnot. I need music. My throat. Oh. I have no liquids. And I'm yawning. Oh boy. You know what? It's nice. Let's just walk over to GameStop and go spin. So we went to that. And we hadn't actually been because, well, by and large, it was great because I could see in the rest of the restaurant that their aesthetic is not to my liking, but we were in the bar where there's a lot of neon lights, so it was brighter. Just still saying something because it wasn't that much brighter, but it was enough for me, but probably not enough for Aaron.
It was.
Oh, good.
I mean, it was comfortable. I couldn't see well enough to, for instance, not see the guy who I accidentally tripped.
Yeah, there's that. But yeah, so I had one of their burgers. Maybe get a little bit more well done next time. I'm not sure if I say, well done. I could do a little bit more well done. But it was fine. And then I had fries. Then we had bacon cheese fries as our appetizer. And anything cool over here? No. There's a Geodude. You want a Geodude?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have a Graveler, do you?
I have a second. Oh my god, that thing's powerful.
877?
Yeah.
You don't have a Golem.
Yeah.
You have that like ugly brain looking thing, Graveler.
Yeah.
Yeah. You already used a berry. I'm very aware of that. So you had a steak because he's like he was like, I want to go to an Asian place. I'm like, P.F. Chang's. I don't want to go to P.F. Chang's. It's too fancy. No, it's not. But okay.
No, too expensive.
Too expensive. And then you said, well, steak. I'm like, oh, okay. Cool, we'll go do steak. You got your spin?
Yep.
Alright.
And my Graveler.
Geodude.
Geodude. And the Rock.
The Rock, the floating rock with arms.
Dwayne Johnson's here?
Well, sort of like I turned that little hater comment around on the previous video. Was like, this guy's less athletic, or a Rock is more athletic. I was like, the Rock I will give you, but a Rock, I'm not necessarily sure you understand geology. I mean, unless this is Geodude, and then we got to talk about a whole different bunch of stuff going on here. Like, Monday's supposed to be like 70 degrees, and I'm definitely going to be getting out with Willie and doing something. Even if it is just like legs, or if we're just like long snapping and punting. Like, after I get done with this, I'm just gonna go out and do stuff with Willie because it's amazing. It's gonna be nice outside. It's gonna be nice to, if it's gonna be like
Nice now.
well, it's nice now, but it's gonna be nicer later. That's why I was saying that, like, maybe tomorrow, maybe not about this time because the nature park's gonna be totally dark by right now. But like after we get back, if I'm not having an attack, then depending on pizza. Man, this person decided to get super close. But they love their dog. They got a little puppy paw thing hanging out. I love my dogs. That you do.
Oh, I found out that the purpose behind Baby on Board isn't don't drive like a jerk around me. It's there's probably someone in this car who can't get out on their own for emergency workers.
That probably was the original.
Yes, the original intent.
Now it's just sort of like, I need everything to be about 50 yards away from me while I'm driving 2 miles under the proposed speed limit across the country in a residential elderly home. So you're driving 2 miles an hour. I know, I'm speeding so badly. My angel's in the car. I think Kathy got the one that was just like, adults on board too. We deserve to live. Yeah, so we're gonna head home, watch Once Upon a Time, then
Agents of
the
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Shield, and then probably crash out on Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
Like 3 episode 4 maybe, depending on
stuff.
Yeah. Someone got back to me on Daddy Robert. Stupidly addicted to a song. And I'm not going to play it nearly as loud as I was on the drive home, but I'm definitely going to be playing it fairly loud. So, I will see you guys probably tomorrow morning, unless we need to just... Oh my god, Jessica Jones!
Or, oh my god, Once Upon a Time.
Probably Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., though, because that's the 100th episode, and there's that...
Oh, right.
Yeah... Morning. So we had an issue last night with the Xfinity. We watched Once Upon a Time, and that was fairly, obviously progressing for the story. It wasn't a significant episode like the 100th episode would be for, I say would be because we couldn't get Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't know why. It was, like, we thought, because we watched Once Upon a Time at like 8:10, and since, well, no, it had commercials. Xfinity has commercials, right? Yeah.
What?
Xfinity On Demand has commercials?
Yeah.
But we still got done with Once Upon a Time before 9 o'clock.
They have fewer commercials.
Fewer commercial. So yeah, we got done with it before 9 o'clock, so we thought, okay, well, we'll watch an episode of Jessica Jones. So we wound up watching, I think, 2 episodes of Jessica Jones, then went to go check to see if Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. come back up, because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. airs at 9, and if they do a hard 24 hours to put it up, then we watched like 2 episodes of that. Then at like 10:10, it was like, oh, it's still not on there. Weird. Aaron's like, we should probably go to bed. I'm like, but it's only 10 o'clock. It's not a weeknight. And he was like, the time change. I was like, ugh, the time change. So we wound up going to bed. I wound up actually having another little attack. I don't know what time. I hadn't actually gone to sleep and woke back up from it, so it was like 11, I guess. And I was trying to, and I rode that one out for a little bit because, if anything, I thought it'd be just like the one at practice, technically the one from before, because it was just like, it's only going to spike up for like an hour, and then once I chill and calm down, it'll go away, and it won't really come back right away. So that's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to chance it, so once it actually kind of calmed down, and when I was in between big waves, I went in the bathroom and got myself a Vicodin. And then I went back in, but I was sipping coffee the entire time we were watching Jessica Jones, so I was not mentally ready to go to sleep. And that was fun. So I was up till like 1:30, but I realized I had to like stop looking at stuff on my phone, because not only was my it's my trileptal. My brain pill had already kicked in for a while. I was mentally numb. The Vicodin was kicking in. I was starting to become physically numb, and I couldn't physically hold my phone anymore, even though my brain was like, "Hi, what's going on? We're still awake." And I'm like, "Stop, please." So I just like had to like sit there in the dark and like make sure that Aaron was pushed over onto his side because he's having a lot of post-cold congestion. So he's snoring a lot more than usual. And so, I have a memory from 4 years ago. What's this on?
Having good weather here in the Northwest, but we're in that time of year where the air conditioner and the heater are kind of having a war here in the car, and I'm not sure what that's doing to my gas mileage.
That's true. I've learned over the years that if it gets to be like that, just turn it off. If you need it to cool down, crack a window. If you need it to warm up, sit in the sun for a little bit. Oh, right. I shared my science build-ish on the Star Trek forum. A lot of phasers. Well, yeah, because Polaron, like, all of the... I shouldn't describe this here. I should wait till Trek Tuesday. The reason why science builds lean around Polaron is because Polaron's proc chance is drain subsystem power. And it's not a measly subsystem power drain. It's like -30 to all subsystems. Whereas like phaser can knock something offline, and that's fine, but science loves draining. At least some people like draining. Other people kind of like gravity well and control and a lot of that style damage. I mean, technically all science needs particle weapons, but yeah, hear him, he's coughing up in there. So that's that. I have no idea what's going on because it's like 9:49. I had to look at the clock and add an hour because I haven't modified the kitchen. I haven't modified our 3 clocks that don't update themselves. I should do that right now. 950. Ah. Now I gotta pull down that clock. Well, at least I can set the minutes correct, so I'm not sitting here looking like, oh, I've got 2 more minutes until, why do you remind me the show's coming on of the hour? It's 58. The clock's dying. Oh, when you have those, you see something on Facebook so funny, that you're like, oh, I'm trying to laugh, but my mouth is full, and you basically cough very slightly, and now you have a piece of jalapeno stuck in the back of your nose. Yeah, go ahead if you're already at this point and you haven't rated the video, you know, go ahead and thumbs this down because nobody wants jalapenos stuck in their nose. Oh, it's spicier when you try to snort it out.
Yeah.
But we apparently have beat the rush because they say, oh, well, it's probably because it's sunny outside and nice and, you know, people are out doing things, and I'm like, I think they all broke on the time and they don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Saw a wonderful post from Denny's Tumblr yesterday. Reminder, we're only open for 23 hours today.
Yeah. And I've already got like the graveyard posts. People are like, oh my god, I don't get paid for this hour. I only have a 7-hour shift of my 8 hours. I'm like, yeah, no. Me.
Yeah.
You guys weren't all whacked out on Vicodin and trileptal. Post-practice stupid. I told Willie, I was like, apparently I'm a terrible defensive end. He's like, oh, well. Not like you're really going to be playing that position much anyways, unless like 9 people get hurt. I'm like, yeah. Because they'll put bigger guys out there than me.
Yeah.
I'm obviously pretty speedy. Although I was doing pretty good pass rushing, but I wasn't doing good as all-around defensive end. Like, I was getting around Tommy, and I was getting past Tommy. I mean, I was basically, at one point, ran through the wrong hole, but got to the quarterback. It's sort of like...
If you take the wrong path, but get to the right place, was it really the wrong path?
Well, Cody even said, he was like, well, I did stop because I saw you run in front of me, and I was like, well, okay. Like, it's still basically, I almost got a sack. And then there was another time where, oh no, that was the one where I ran through the, because it's the I was in a 5 tech, which is the outside of the tackle, and I ran through the 3 hole, the B gap, because it's A is the other, is that side of the center, B is that side of the guard, C is the outside of the tackle. So I ran through the B gap, but I jumped up in the air and I batted down Gunner's ball with my forearm. And Thor was like, "Yeah, that pass rusher's doing his work." And Tommy and Cody were like, "You ran through the wrong hole." I was like, "I still knocked the ball down." Like, yes. Cody's like, "Well, I stopped because I saw you running through and I didn't want to run into you." And I was like, "I still knocked the ball down." Like, I won't do it now. You know, I understand why I screwed up that time, but at least this play was lucky. And then they proceeded to tell me, you know, what I probably should have done. I get it, but I was like,
Yeah.
I think after this, after we go shopping, we're gonna get this car washed.
Yeah. Do we have a coupon with us?
It would be in the glove box, but we will figure that out.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron got his haircut. She trimmed me up because he actually asked about eyebrow trimming. So
she said, yeah. And she said it like, why wouldn't I?
well, yeah. So she went through and kind of trimmed that up, and then trimmed all the stuff around my side. But I'm like, oh, I don't care. But there. Yeah. So Aaron doesn't need a prescription. He doesn't need. He got his hair cut. So I guess we're just swooping around and doing normal grocery shopping. I can't think of anything specific we need.
No.
Nah.
Nothing special?
Nah.
Oh, mayo.
All right. So we are here at Sears. We're finding new shoes. I'm thinking of just getting the exact same ones, but you know, look less dirty and have traction. Also, you know, bigger than this other one that's the display model, but you guys see what I mean. Yeah. Well, that's a nixnay on the shoes. Took us a while to find mine. They weren't in the back, so we were going to order them online, and all they got is mine. They had a store model. They had a shelf model for shoes that weren't anywhere on their shelves.
Or their back stock.
Or back stock.
Or the website.
Or their website. And the lady that was behind the counter at the cashier thing when we were trying to order, she was like, she seemed disinterested in everything.
She was also very new.
Oh, okay. I
Didn't know how to do anything.
Ah. Okay. So we're probably going to figure stuff out because we now know the names of our shoes, and we're going to figure stuff out.
Yeah.
Maybe order cheaply through Amazon or something. Who knows?
Well, I can order yours cheaper online from Sears than I can in store from Sears. Yeah.
We'll go by and get pizza and head on home, and I'll go see what's going on with Willie.
You're home!
Mm-hmm.
How is the gym?
This is the gym. I haven't been necessarily updating you on the gym and all that stuff because you seemed really hell-bent on not really going. So I'm like, well, if I don't talk about the gym, it won't depress him anymore. So I've been not really talking about it. So you ask about me, I'm like, it's just the gym, so you don't get depressed. So, oh, I thought you'd already have the pizza going. So since I got home, Aaron and I talked about some things, and we were going to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but guess what? What's going on?
Comcast apparently has an outage. We can watch TV, we can probably watch some on-demand stuff, but not that.
Your arms are so long, when I look at you in this camera, you actually literally look like that emoji. And so... cook the pizza, and now we're gonna watch Jessica Jones, because I was Marvel either way.
Yeah.
But hopefully we're going to watch this wonderful thing that people are like people have watched it and they're like, I'm not crying. I'm like, I don't know what's going on because
it's the 100th episode.
Well, that I know it's the 100th episode, but Comcast like decides that it's like, oh, we're having an outage in your area. I'm like, I'm literally watching American Ninja Warrior World Championship right now on Channel 6. I do not have an outage in my area. I literally could have changed over and watched The Martian in like now. I don't want to watch a movie like that with commercials in it.
Valid.
But the fact that it aired on FX, or is airing on FX, means we can watch it to the on-demand sometime, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Don't know how this stuff works. We so rarely use on-demand. It's like we don't use it regularly enough to get used to what it can and cannot do. Unless we think it's, can do everything. And then Comcast is like, oh no, you have an outage in your area. You're not paying us. You're not paying us enough. That's a. And then we're like, your outage will be expected to will be done in 11:47 p.m. I'm like, is that on or off of daylight savings time? But we'll be definitely in bed by then because Aaron got to go to work tomorrow. So I have a correction. I was hoping Willie could correct it, but he had to do stuff with like driving and was hanging out with his new nephew. Yeah, the Mafia didn't lose. They were just pulling his chain because he wasn't at the game. But it was only like 19-0 against the 4th ranked team of 5. So I still told Willie that team ain't shit without you. And he's like, well, it's still true, but at least they didn't lose. I'm like, if they would have lost, I would have been even better. But I'm gonna get my pizza and some. I'm not gonna have milk. I'm gonna fill up this Zico bottle with water. I already had coconut water, so I'm gonna just fill it up with water. Not aggravate things as it is, because I've already got double pepperoni and cheese with Parmesan. That's like enough fat to probably set off the thing. I might be on Vicodin again tonight. So I was reading through the Google news feed, and a new TV spot for Avengers came out with a bunch of recycled footage. I'm not necessarily going to watch it to hear a soundbite of "End is near." I don't need that. But it was the first trailer to say April 27th, not May 4th. And they said, so everyone can see it. At the same time? What's going on? I kept... I've been scouring Aaron's calendar. It's a Doctor Who calendar, so it puts a lot of holidays on the calendar that I've never heard of. And I can't figure out why May the 4th, other than Star Wars thing. And like I said, maybe it's just too close to when Solo comes out, which I thought was May. They've been advertising the crud out of that in theaters they have put out stuff, many months beforehand, but I don't know. Your thoughts?
Only thing I can think of is, as you said, Easter or May the 4th.
Yeah, and Easter's at the beginning of April and doesn't necessarily affect that, so apparently, yeah, the Comcast was all screwy and we just wound up watching more Jessica Jones. I'm glad they're kind of going into Jessica Jones story.
Instead of Kilgrave?
Well, that was still part of her story, but it was her more immediate story. It'd be like if we got a bunch of stuff about the Iron Fist and the entire season was him dealing with the company and trying to get back, and basically told us nothing about how he became the Iron Fist. Just like, oh, you were in a plane crash. Oh, you were lost for a long time in this weird monastery thing. And you became the Iron Fist. Now let's spend 12 episodes with you doing economic and political intrigue within your family's company. And, well, for Jessica Jones, that was fairly good because it did have her and Kilgrave did have their issues. It's still just sort of like, was she born this way? Was she created? Apparently she was created.
Yeah.
Spoilers. But, she's... None of the Defenders were born that way. Doesn't even really have powers. He's just got super senses. Yeah, I know. It's Murdoch and Tony Stark have that. Do they have powers? I mean, super senses. I've heard, deaf people can, at least when they have a missing sight or missing sense, the other ones get extreme.
Yeah, but not to that point.
But not to his point. But that's the thing is, people are smart. But Tony is, autistically smart.
Yeah.
So it's that's that's what I mean. It's like, do they have powers? Maybe. They're such a odd power that it might not be. Basically what I was just explaining to Aaron while we cut across is like if you had like a 10% of like Wolverine healing ability, although now that I think about it, 10% of Wolverine healing ability is still insane because his
1%.
is 1% of his healing ability, or even 10% of Deadpool's. There we are.
Deadpool's.
Huh?
The two are roughly equivalent.
Right, that's right.
They both just have a crap ton of stuff fighting all the time.
Well, yeah, and Wolverine's is just pure age.
Well, no, it's also...
And his adamantium, I know, but a lot of his stuff is age.
Yeah.
And so, and with Deadpool, he's basically dead. Anyways, but if you had like 1% of those now in our world, the doctors would be like, wow, you look really young for your age. And, ooh, you healed from that fast pretty well. Bones lined up and everything. Nobody would really think anything different. You're just really good at healing.
Yeah.
You're not like, the doctor's like, wow. And everyone's just like, wow. And you get over colds like super fast. You're not like, you know, hey, look, let me blow off your hand. I grew a new hand. What the? That thing.
And they wouldn't even notice anything was abnormal until you lost a finger or teeth.
Yeah. And you may not even be, you know, without a healing, you know, unless you had super healing abilities like that, you wouldn't even maybe regrow limbs, but it might just like re-staunch pretty fast, you know?
Yeah.
Close off pretty fast. You have good clotting blood. And so, would you be able to necessarily tell? I don't know if anybody would be able to tell, and that kind of is worrisome about some mutants in the world, is without genetic testing, they won't actually know if you're a mutant because your powers are so mundane or low on percentage. Is he going to work at UPS?
Maybe.
You guys know what I mean. Like, I've seen, I'm like, this is 2018, nobody wears shorts that short. I mean, you've got shorts that go down to your knees, and you've got booty shorts, nothing that's like mid-thigh. But that was a freshly wake-up call. Anything you wanna?
No.
So we already talked about Jessica Jones. We have nothing on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We won't be watching that tonight. I mean, if you get home early, we may be able to, I'll check it tonight. We may be able to watch it in the 7 o'clock hour before Lucifer, but
Yeah.
yeah, if anything, it will be Tuesday, if it's even on demand. All right.
Bye.